Hi, Steven. How are you?
Alright, I'm good.
How about your program? You tested it already or no?
I still have um
You still
there's like
have something you need to do.
there's like an issue with like the return button. I don't know why.
Okay,
So
okay.
I'm
Show
gonna
me. Show me. I'll help you.
like it's supposed to return,
Mm,
but then it says it doesn't exist.
didn't exist. Go back to your design. Click that, yeah. This one key you actually call return, and this is called imperial penguin return. Okay, you go back to your code. Go for the button that activate the no
But
the event where you actually call this one.
it's in
This won't work.
this one.
Why you put this in the follow? This won't work. This won't work. This kind of thing won't work. Why you put
Really?
this into the follow? Okay, the
Because
question is, you may have several buttons. You have 10 different pages. Each one of them need to have a on event by itself, right?
yeah. But then I thought it would be too redundant.
No, there is no redundant. They actually each one activate themselves. You put this into this one. So here you have Imperial Penguin Return. You ask for trouble. This one actually you have to test it theoretically, okay? Theoretically, if you repeat this one for several times, 10 times, 20 times, it will work, right? But you put into the for loop. You put into the for loop, will it work or not? If this one become a local variable, then you are in big trouble. You actually outside don't see this on event. So when you click it, you don't show it. Okay. So okay, you run and then you click this one, see what happens. You see, actually, why here you actually ID this kangaroo return.
Yeah, I don't know why.
That's your problem. You click it, it should not be kangaroo proper. It should be set to this one. So if it doesn't set to this one, you actually don't call this one kangaroo. Don't have that. Where is kangaroo? So where you set your variable, your button ID, where you set it. Oh, this is button ID is a local variable. That's why I told you already.
So do I put it in the for loop?
You are local variable, so you get the event, and then that event actually where do you give them the event ID?
Huh?
Where did you give them the event ID? This is a function event, and then where do you get the event ID to this button ID?
Oh wait.
So
Oh,
this approach actually is a very bad practice. It doesn't work.
okay. So
The way to
what?
solve it is that you have like different pages. You just actually okay, you don't do this.
So I just make it
You
So I
just
see.
make, yeah, you just use
This one.
the actually
Okay.
click and then create everyone for one or for each. Then you also don't need that if then else, if then else. You don't do that. Actually, that's a stupid idea.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, you continue, okay? Work on it. And then Sherry,
Yeah.
Sherry, your turn.
Okay. Um, Dr. Chen,
Mhm.
I'm not very sure about like what is the difference between the question for like 3D right here and then also in like here, because this part asks you to like give
You actually need to actually provide an example for f of 3 and f of 10. That's actually two call. Did you call the function for twice? That's the other one. This one okay already, but the other one, you have to provide the example for f of 3 and f of 10, making sure that they are getting the same result or different result for the two call. So right here, you need to prepare for another location that you do call the same function twice, and they will deliver different result. They'll go for different results. So that different function code should go for some part here, maybe f of 3 is actually greater than 3. So here, if it's equal 3, you go this way. 10, you go this way. You have to have some code that actually do this. Okay?
I don't know. I feel like I don't
You don't get it or what?
because I don't think I have like two places I have has to be about.
Your function code actually is like this, right? You actually have some random value, actually you go right here, right? So this one actually you get different rating actually function code. So you may have a draw divide 32, you may have a draw divide 15, right? That's what you do have a two different code, but you actually use a for loop to do that, right? So you say that you actually in some condition that may be draw divide 32, that may be draw divide 15 because the I value is different for the for loop. Right? You can say that, and then you should say the first call draw divide 32, you will go to where in the code. So then you show your draw divide. So your draw divide should have some if in there. Got my point?
Uh, hmm, plus
Where is your draw divide?
right here. Okay,
Your draw divide don't have if.
yeah,
So how about you write some if for it?
okay,
Then you go to here, and you actually go for different branches. They just want you to have different branches, but you don't have a different branch example. You try to create branches right here. So I know your coding is good enough, but the problem is you don't support the kind of the question that college board want to have. Then your function is not good enough. You know what I'm saying? Is that okay? This part you need to modify your function to make sure that they go to different if. And how to create if up to you, but you need to create the same result, okay? And your different XY must go for different branches for the if. You have to think about it, okay? You have to think about how you actually create an if statement, but don't actually change the result for this lines, okay? You think about it. If you still can do it, I will help you later, okay? Okay, let me go back to Stephen. Hi, Stephen, how are you? Are you okay now or? Are you okay now or no?
I just turned it back into the normal one. I'm testing
Yeah,
it right
but this one work for everyone?
now. I'm testing it right now.
You have to test it, okay? The problem is that if you don't have the local variable, I think it's okay, but you somehow use the local variable, so you actually create trouble for yourself. That actually on event. So usually we don't suggest people to put this on event in local loop. It may work, but the penalty is high because once you get something wrong, you are in real trouble. Okay.
Okay.
It's a smart way to use a for loop, but if you don't handle it well, you actually ask for trouble. So we don't tell engineer to do something like this. That actually is creating trouble, making the code more dangerous.
Yeah. I think the return buttons for the animals work now.
Okay, continue. Then what else you want to test? Continue to test. Once you don't have the problem, then you start writing the same thing like what Sherry is doing right now.
Okay.
Okay, start to work on the 2021 question part, making sure your code is consistent with the code what College Board want to have. And then once you finish that writing part, then you start to create video and the reference code, and then you are done for the project. Then focus on the multiple choice part. Okay, this actually I told you, your time is ticking away. Need to go faster.
Okay. I think it's finished right now because
Yeah, you completely tested. If it's done, you start to write what the one I told you, the College for 2021 and 2021.
is it this one? Can you see it?
Where
Oh, hold on.
your College for PDF that I posted last week.
Let me restart the screen share. This one?
Yeah,
Okay.
you can copy the description to a PDF. The Word. You can copy the PDF to Word. Hi, Sherry, your turn. Sherry, are you okay so far?
No. Function of single purpose.
So you go back to look at your program, go back to look at the way that you code it, right? So this one actually is you have 70 comma 38 times I plus 1, right? So these are factors are lengths. It actually is the number of the factors and then times 38. So divide, these are 30 and divide. So you are doing this, you are doing like different boxes for y, right? That's what you are doing, right? Am I correct?
Yes.
So you just, when you do if, you just do actually if this one say 38 plus I. So let's assume I equals 0, you actually is if this y equals 38, right? And then if y equals 38 times 2, this is one value, like 76. Else, okay, else if this, and then if y equals 38 times 3, whatever, you do something. And then else, you do another one, this, okay? So basically, you will create a if then else, you will create a if then else. You know what I'm saying? That's one way you can do it. Or you can do this, or you can do this one, you have a different even else. That how about this? You actually don't pass the 38 there. You pass the don't do x, y. You do x and I. Okay, so you pass the x and I to the function, then you go to your function. You go to your function. So here you actually get the x and I. So your y should be equal to 38 plus I plus 1. Okay, so right here, you actually write something to create the y value based on this equation using if. Then you should be able to create some sort of things that you can do. So let's assume that you do this, you do I equals 0. Then your y equals 38. And then you console log. This is the first line, first factor. So you do console log in the if. So you look like you are doing something different. In fact, it is not, but you actually do this. So let's do this, okay? Let's do this. Actually, let's do this. Let me try to help you. Okay, let's go down to the where you have. Go down to your where you have. So let me try to help you right here. That actually you just want to create something that you want to do. So y equals I'm sorry. Y equals 38. Then you say console.log. Sometimes it just, I type something, but it doesn't show up. So in fact, this code is completely of no use, actually just for debugging purpose. You will know whether it's the first vector or not. And your code remain the same. Right? Go for it, see if it works. So in case that they want to test you, you will say that it is a console log for testing. And then if you give them the 38, then you will show this is the first vector. You actually draw the first vector on the 38. You would like to check if it is like that, okay? Is that okay? You try the 89 again. What happened to the 89? Okay, it's only one. Is that okay? Is that okay?
Yeah.
So this one is like you don't have if statement, you try to create a if statement since this is a function that you create for it. But well, this function is not really suitable for that purpose if you want to have a if statement in the function. This function actually, the one that you pick is not the best one. So you face the two choice. One is that you keep your function like this, or you don't do it like this, you return to the original status that you have. And then when you do the function call, you pick another function, don't pick this function. You know what I'm saying? Hello?
Yeah.
In a way, your choice of this function is not good. The function that you pick actually is not good because it doesn't show that when you call different value, they'll go to different if then else part. That's the problem. And APCS piece of project is to match their requirement. They really don't care about you need it or not, or your program should have this or not. Okay? You have to think about it, which one you want to do. Okay? Or you go back to your previous one. Your previous one. Go back to your previous one. Go back to the one that call it the for loop. Okay. So right here, you actually have a draw divide, this whatever. So before draw divide, you can do this. You can do in the draw divide, you call another function. And that function you actually put in your I, and the I equals 0 means that it actually is what? It actually is the first factor. And then I equals factor the length minus 1. It means the last factor. So if factor the length equals 0, then actually this one only have one factor. So I would actually create a function right here to put in the factor the length and I to analyze the i's whether it's the first factor or last factor, or the factor has only one factor or zero factor, those kind of things. What I'm saying is that right here, I will create a function called factor analysis and put in your I and your factors balance. And then you create that vector new function called vector analysis. And then they have if then else on these I and vectors, the length. And providing report also in the console log. So it doesn't hurt your program because everything printed into a console log. Or if you like, you can also put you to your screen. So when you draw this, here you may write first vector. And then you actually call second vector. And then the last one you call last vector. Something like that, okay? You can think about which one you want to do. But that's my suggestion. Right now, you don't have the appropriate function to show what College Board wants. Is that okay?
Yeah, okay.
This is only a suggestion. You can think about it. Okay, let me comment it out. Let me comment it out. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, carefully do it, okay?
Okay.
It take time, but you have to think about good way to show the difference and also have the if statement. How about Stephen? Stephen, how are you? Are you okay now?
Yeah. Wait, is like the entire
Yeah, I'm reading.
3A supposed to be 150 words or each subsection?
It doesn't matter because this one is for your projects.
Okay.
It already they don't do it right now. They when you go to the exam, they'll give you the different problem set. But this one just to make sure your program meet their minimum requirement.
Okay.
Okay. Your goal actually need to be redone. Okay. So this one actually you have to talk about your motivation. So you need to say that my primary purpose for this problem is to actually increase the awareness of people's awareness on the endangered species because a lot of species is going to extinction pretty soon, and then people don't protect those endangered species. So I create this program to actually make sure people can browse through my page to see every part of the words their endangered species, something like that. Whether it's UI or not, usually this one you don't talk about UI. UI, every program has a UI. The video part you don't comment right now, it's okay. And then this one just talk about your input part and output part for your program. They will test you. In the second one, they don't talk about the input part or output part. They'll test you on that.
Wait, can I go to the bathroom?
Hmm?
Can I go to the bathroom?
Yeah, of course. Sherry, are you okay?
I'm still trying.
You need my help or no?
I'll try for it. But if you-
Okay, okay. Basically, no matter what you actually do, you don't need to change your program. The output, okay, it should be okay for your output, but just add something that actually add some back analysis to it, and don't change your program too much. You understand? It's a purpose. Just to meet the requirement by the college board. They're not wanting you to change your program too much. Take your time, okay? No rush. You just carefully do it. Why you actually got it undefined?
I think probably
You carefully do it, okay? Yes?
Like,
Hmm?
like if the factor value, like if
Yeah, this is good. Yeah, and then you actually,
I'll just do the same thing like
yeah, but the problem is that you're not putting it in one function. Go back, go back to where you put that is a prime number. Go back to where you have your prime number. Okay, right here you actually have this one. So why don't you create a function? You create a function called functional analysis. Putting I and the factors the length there, since you are comparing these two, so you actually only this you do divide, okay? Yeah, but you put this one into the functional analysis, that's actually fine. Put this one in the functional analysis, that actually is fine. Then you actually show your functional analysis, because the functional analysis will show you different one. So you will say that if the factor equals factor the length minus one, you actually say it's a prime number. Okay, even this prime number you can draw on your windows. And then if it's not prime number, you actually show your successive divisions result. But this can be a different function called vector analysis. So you actually show your code as a vector analysis. So vector analysis show people is a prime number or not. Is that okay? Okay, do that, okay? That way actually will help you to create a function. No, you create a function first before you delete it.
Okay.
The for loop, you don't need a for loop. No, go back to the for loop. You don't need to have the for loop. Actually, yeah, it's only this part you actually put into the functional analysis. Only this part you put into the functional analysis. Yeah. And you call function analysis here, right? Yeah, and then you create a function and then copy this one to there. You create a function. And you can tell people, so function analysis purpose is to see if it's a prime number or not. A prime number, you actually don't do the successive division. And when you have the not prime number, you do successive. So that would be a very good purpose, since that's one of the things that you want to do. Okay? I'm sorry, let me clear the screen for you. Okay, you continue. Next one, let me have Stephen. Stephen, your turn. Stephen, are you okay so far?
Yeah.
Okay. Both of you right now still need to work out this first, okay? And then I'm expecting both of you to finish this one after class or in a weekend this week, okay? And then next week, I am expecting both of you to create a video and we can discuss your video next week. Is that okay? Hello?
Yeah.
Sherry, hear me?
yes.
So try to finish your writing in this week and also start work on the video. And once you put a video in, you still need to write something here, right? You actually still need to do that and also prepare for it. And then you finish the video, and if the video okay, your code is actually fixed, no change, no more change. Then you print out the code to the reference document that you need. Okay.
Okay.
when you create a video, the video's main purpose is to show how it works. Okay, so you need to show how it works, but you cannot say anything. You have to use the annotation to actually tell people how it works. Okay. Okay, we are almost 9 o'clock. Any questions so far?
No.
No. Sherry, any questions so far?
No.
No. Okay, then try to finish the project. Okay, finish this report and then work on the video. I'm expecting both of you start to work on the video next week. Okay, and I'll see some result. Okay. If any question, let me know in the middle. I'll help. Okay. Good night then. Bye bye.
I think.